Hey guys, draft week's here. Let's get excited. Got a special announcement for you today. Today I'm going to be giving you access to the mock draft simulator. I've appreciated the support you guys have given the channel so far. If you can continue to do that, I want to get my watch hours up. So just like, share, let me know what you think. But today, I want to give you guys access to this mock draft simulator I've put together. Lately, I've been running it off my my personal computer just locally, but behind the scenes, I've been trying to work pretty hard to get you guys access to it. I've managed to get it online. It's not perfect to how I've got it. Most of the functions have come across as intended, so I hope you like what I can provide you here. We'll go through it. So I'll just explain to you how it works, some of the features you're going to have available to you, and I just want to go through Essendon's draft scenario that they've got today. Okay, so here, let's just bring it up for you. Sorry, let me give us a sec. Okay, so here's the draft simulator I've been working with the last week or so. As you can see here up the top, I've got all the clubs and all their picks and their associated points. Now, if you don't know how the point system works, every draft pick is attached to a certain point allocation. This is the points index running down here. As you can see, pick 1 is the most valuable pick, and that's worth 3,000 points. Now, these points come into play when a academy tied player or a father-son player is bid on by another club. That club that is tied to them have the chance to match the bid, providing that they've got enough valuable picks. Okay, so I've also got the trade simulator, which I want to show you. Yesterday, Cal Tuomi reported that Carlton are going to be trading both picks 9 and 11. We can populate that in the trade calculator. Okay, so what he's proposing that is going to happen is Carlton will be trading pick 9 for 21, 27 and 30. Okay, as you can see here, Carlton are picking up an extra 353 points. I think that's a bit unreasonable. I think they'll probably have to throw something on the way back. Something like that would look a bit more realistic to me. 169 points goes back to Essendon. We execute the trade, and you'll see here, pick 9 will now turn into Essendon's pick. There it goes. And they're also looking at trading back pick 11 to North Melbourne, who want to move into the first round. They traded away theirs for Whitlock last year. So the proposed trade that Cal has given us is pick 25 and a future second in order for pick 11. Now, that does not make too much sense to me. They're still going to lose 615 points, but they've got 2,927 points as it stands. Okay, I would anticipate North having to trade away probably an additional pick just to make it a bit more palatable for Carlton. Let's populate that. In fact, it could probably be 25 and 26. No, it wouldn't. That's too much. Okay, so yeah, I'd say that 46 would make a little bit more sense. 25, 46, and a future second for pick 11. Okay, Carlton have traded back. They've still got enough points to match a Harry Dean bid, providing that it doesn't go in the first 2 picks. You can see here 2481 is worth more than that. But in saying that, I'm going to show you in a moment, Carlton will be given a discount. They'll get a 10% discount, so they probably still have enough as long as it's not pick 1. Okay, let's get into it. So what you guys are going to have access to is the draft board. We're doing mock drafts, and you're also going to be able to save your mocks, load them up like an old one that you've done, all that kind of stuff. All right, so let's go. Dersma goes pick 1. Let's just check if Harry Dean can be bid on, can be matched. If when you click on an academy-tied player or a father-son, you see the father-son little logo next to his name, or the Next Gen Academy logo next to the player's name. You'll get a pop-up. All right, so let's you just go through it. 2,481 was the allocation for pick 2. You can see it here. Okay, they get a discount. They've had him. He's father-son. they only have to pay 2,233. They burn the most valuable picks, and then they're going to have to overpay a little bit. So they've overpaid by 65 points. That's going to leave a compensation pick of about pick 51. The reason I'm not telling you it's exactly 51 is because everything's going to move once this bid goes through. This pick 51 is what basically what Carlton are given, and they will basically make the decision then and there if they want to match it or not, and then all the picks get burned and then the pick moves. So you'll see here I've actually written where it's going to be inserted. It's going to be inserted between St Kilda and Brisbane at around pick 51. So we'll go down here. So it's going to fall between there. That was the, can't remember what that number allocation was. It was, what was it? It's more than 57. 65. So 65 falls between 71 points and 57. So it's going to be jammed in between those. And then everything's going to move up. It won't actually be pick 52. It'll be like 49 or something. Where are we? 48. Okay. So that's how that logic works. I've also baked in the logic if a bid is made in the second round. That's a whole separate rule. Basically, you don't get 10% discount. You get 84-point discount flat. It's 84 points and that's it. That represents the end of the first round. Okay. So any bid after pick 19, 20 onwards, they will get docked not 84 points. And then if it's in the third round, which is from pick 37 onwards, it will be pretty much your next pick. So you could have a pick at, let's say, 100. And if someone gets bid on at pick 37, you can give them pick 100 and he's your player. Okay? So let's go through it. Harry Dean, I don't think that's too realistic. Go Zeke and I think that's a little bit more realistic. Cal had Matt Clark on the gettable this morning, Cal and Riley. So from what he was saying, it did still sound like Cooper Duff-Tyler was in their sights. I think that could have been a bluff play as well. Essendon got, remember that pick 9 and, well, what was pick 5? It's now 6 and 10 after that Hewland bid. I'd like to see a trade happen between Essendon and West Coast where they give that pick here that was used on CDT for 5 and 9. I think that ends up being a pretty fair trade. Okay, we can even play it out. Where are we? So West Coast, so 6 and 10. It's the same pick anyway. West Coast are a little bit in front. You can give them pick 32 at the time. That would end up being a pretty even trade. Pick 32 will give Essendon picks to match a Suede bid. Cal had him in the power rankings at around pick 24, I think it was. But yeah, we'll play out Essendon's hand as if they're going to just take 5, 6, and 9. Okay, let's get rid of that. That's not going. Yep, so we go CDT goes to Eagles. Now we got Richmond on a clock. You can see up here in the app, you'll see it. I've got that on the clock. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to get this little animation on the online version. There's little things like that you're going to be missing. I do apologise. I've done my best in the time frame I've had. I hope you appreciate what we're trying to do here. We'll just play it out. Okay, so Patterson, we're expecting a bid. They're going to go into deficit. If you haven't seen all the rules and how it works, I've made a video saying how the draft really works. That will give you a bit more of in-depth info, but long story short, Gold Coast no longer have enough bids, not enough points to match the bid at 7. They've only got 1731 after what they've burnt for Hewland, so they've only got 1731 left. They're going to have to go into deficit. What that means is they're going to burn every pick that they has a point allocation. That's every pick in front of pick 54, the first 3 rounds. They're going to burn all them. They'll keep 91, they'll keep 109, and they'll keep 115, but they'll burn those first 5, and then they'll go into a deficit for their first round pick next year, or their most valuable pick next year. Okay, so in this instance, 35 points. That will be taken off whatever their first valuable pick lands on next year. Okay, so that's how that plays out. In this instance, Richmond are going to go Sullivan Roby. We believe it's kind of up between Duff, Tyler and Roby. They're kind of the most valuable players at this point once Durs was gone. So Next, I'm going to bid on Dan Annabelle. We're going to keep Brizzy honest. Again, most valuable picks get burnt. Now, Cal came out with a bit of info this morning that the Tigers hierarchy have actually gone to Sam Cummings' house to have a chat. So that leads me to believe that they're going to be taking Sam Cumming with one of their picks. They did the same thing with Sam Lawler last year. I find it a bit odd that you would go visit an opposition player that you got no intention of drafting a few days before the draft. So I think that's a good indicator of what we're looking at. Okay, now we've got Essendon. Okay, so Essendon's still got a very good board to pick from. Harry Dean bid would come in about now. This is why Carlton have done their trades. Instead of burning 9 and 11, they only have to burn 21 and 23. So less valuable picks, and you're going to still end up with the exact same player. It just makes sense. They've picked up assets. They've picked up a second rounder for next year. It makes it a lot more easier to match any Ison bid. There's knock-on effects all the way through. Okay, we go through that, and then Essendon. Realistically, you could have Sharp. I believe he's an Essendon fan at the moment. Xavier Taylor, and then you move through to Melbourne. Let's go Schubert and Grill. Grill's slipping. Grill's often been linked to Richmond, but after that news that they've visited Cumming, I think it's going to be Roby and Cumming. Melbourne would be pretty happy with that. They end up with Schubert and Cumming, and then potentially Farrow for Essendon. I hope none of this plays out as an Eagles fan, but this is the mock draft we're doing today, and I just wanted to show you some of the features. Okay, so that's how it all plays out. You can just do as many as you like. It's all going to be free of charge. I just ask that you just support what I'm trying to do, support the channel, try help me get my watch hours up, even if you just let the videos play out. Give it a like, give it a comment. Throughout the year, I'm going to be adding bits and bobs. We can do previous drafts, like for instance, we could do last year's draft. Let's load up last year's draft, okay, including the draft class. So you got Richmond. Richmond had pick 1 and they went Sam Lawler. If you wanted to do a mock draft on how you would really do it, would you go Lawler and then maybe, a Murphy Reid or someone? He'll be down the back. I think he went about pick 18. There he is. North end up with Murphy Reid. They might be a bit happier than O'Sullivan. Finn O'Sullivan was a fine player, and there's 1 year is too early to judge anyway. Carlton could end up with Finn. We can just do little fun things like that. So that's going to get updated throughout the year. Please come back, check it out, see which year's draft. I want to do it right back down to the 1990s, especially the 2001 Super Draft. You got your Judd, Hodge, Mitchell, Ablett, all those kind of players, and just see where you would actually draft them. We'll go through that. But yeah, I hope you like the simulator. Let's get into the part that you really want to know, how to access it, okay? So now this instance, what you've got here, you can see I've got the black tram lines. You're going to have white. There's a random button that's populated behind the Save the Draft. I don't know what's going on there, but let's get into it. You'll see in a sec. I've made a website. It's at SotaramAFL.com, name of my channel.com, just to keep it easy. You'll be greeted with this page, okay? 3 simple buttons. I'm just encouraging you to subscribe on my YouTube, support the channel, because this will be eventually the spot where you find the mock draft. My channel hasn't quite qualified for it just yet, but once it does, the mock draft will be moved there. So I'd suggest you subscribe, and then you have first access, okay, with all the added features I'm looking at bringing you guys. We obviously want to try the app, and then just if anyone wanted to make any donations, that would be actually, don't worry about it, it's all good. Try the app. Let's get into this. This is the part you want, okay? So you'll be met with a password. So today's password is going to be Sharp2Eagles, capital S as in Sharp, 2 Eagles, 2 as in pick 2, and Eagles. So I want Dyson Sharp to go to the Eagles, okay? So Sharp 2 Eagles. Okay, and you can see this is the online version. I've tried to get it as close as I can to my local computer version. As you can see, this random blue button, I don't know what that's from, but we ignore that, and you got white tram lines. Apart from that, you've got all the functionality I can give you, okay? We'll draft it. You might get a little bit of a delay for this matching bid, but it's very minimal. And yeah, this is what we're looking at. I hope you guys appreciate it. Just please like, support, subscribe, all that business, and enjoy draft week. We all get to find out what goes down in a few days. Cheers and all the best. I'll see you on the next one. Also, please pop in and have a look at the live mock drafts I do each night. It'd be cool to get everyone's different opinions. Thank you and see ya. Bye-bye.